181 is what the Delhi Capitals needed, and they said that they will also end on a one only. 221 is where they've ended. 59-run win for the Mumbai Indians, which at the Wankhede Stadium seemed to have got a par total that of 180. In the end, a comfortable win for a team that looked superior on paper, for a team that performed in a much superior manner than Delhi Capitals. What that has done is, for the very first time in IPL history, with 7 league matches still to go, your top 4 are done and dusted. Mumbai, RCB, Punjab, Gujarat, your top 4 are done and dusted. But before we get into the top 4, what happens to them, what happens to the team that have gotten out, with me is Shashwat, Harshit, Siddharth, 2 special mention of 2 Delhi fans. Let's start with Shashwat, who dreamt of a Delhi win last night and also had his full hope that they will beat Mumbai, the team that he himself used to be scared of every single day. Then Mumbai. What happened? What suddenly gave you hope that they are going to win?
Before he actually comes in, I want to narrate an incident here. I think Delhi were about 5 down, and in came in Shashwat, and he just changed the mahal upstairs, and he was like, they are going to win. He actually influenced me. He made me believe that Delhi Capitals can still do it with Sameer Rizvi, Ashutosh Sharma playing. And for a moment, I have to say that I also started to believe with the way Rizvi was going. I thought that, they can actually do the unthinkable.
You know why he did that? Because he dreamt about it. It came in his dream.
Yeah, he dreamt about it. And although
Delhi is beating Mumbai.
And although the story did not really turn out the way Delhi Capitals would have wanted, but I have to applaud his passion for the team. I really have to say this thing.
No, if there was 5% passion for the team, he's topi ghumaung all the time. He's the one who has been going on, they cannot reach. Even when they had a good chance, they cannot. Mumbai will eat them. Mumbai is going. Mumbai will do this. And just faltu ka mahal he had to make today. So because it came in his dream, he's created. But heart of heart, he knew. That his team stood no chance, because in fact, if you are a regular watcher or watcher, you would have seen Harshit was the one who would still say that no, they can, I'm not going to give up so easily, we can. He gave up long ago. About 5 matches ago for Delhi, he had given up. Today, he had a dream last night. So he came with that dream.
I had honestly given up, and the reason for that was that I could see, as a person, I like to watch cricket a lot, and I sort of, however much I am able to understand, I could see the writing on the wall, where I had realized that Delhi amongst the top 4 looks the weakest in that sense, as per the cricket that they were playing, plus their form, plus on papers as well, they looked the weakest team. That is why I somewhat was just preparing myself that it's not going to happen.
So but what happened today?
I'm getting to it one by one. But the only point is that, see, at the end of the day, I have been a very, very over-passionate fan for the Delhi Capitals. One of the very few which I feel...
Passionate fan.
Yeah, passionate fan. Quite a passionate fan for the Delhi Capitals since the beginning. So somewhere deep down, I wanted to be proven wrong. I'll be very honest. To begin with, I did not have them in my top 4. And since day one, I've been saying that I will be very, very happy if I'm proven wrong.
That is
today why I felt
basically what you're saying, your head said they cannot make it, your heart was saying they can, and you wanted your head to be wrong. But today your head, heart,
everything,
hand, mouth, everything was saying Delhi. What happened today?
Because when I woke up in the morning, firstly, when I woke up in the morning, I was very, very happy that there is going to be no encounter, because we were talking about this yesterday as well, that in all likelihood there's a chance that it continues to rain today and the game is a washout.
You were happy?
Yeah, because I thought that at least we will have another day where maybe Mumbai lose to Punjab and Delhi wins that day. It would have been a fresh day today, because anyways Mumbai Indians are a very strong team. But because I was so curious about the weather over there, and I was just trying to figure out how the weather is going to be, I overheard my dad talking to somebody, and I got to know that it's not raining over there. So, and then I saw the screenshot that you shared on the group as well. So I sort of understood that it's going to be game time. And as soon as I got to that, I started getting a gut feeling, very honestly, that maybe today the law of averages catches up with the team. And because Mumbai Indians has constantly been that bogey team for Delhi Capitals, whenever more often than not, They have had the upper hand. They have really dominated Delhi, be it the final, be it knocking them out of the league stages. They have done it so many times. I thought maybe today, and then I saw that Kevin Peterson reel as well, where he was really motivating the team, and he motivated me as well in that, where he said that if at the beginning of the tournament you would have told me that this will be the situation where Delhi Capitals will be, where you have to play 2 games, you have an opportunity to knock out the most successful team at their home ground, I would have taken that with both hands. And I thought,
then knock them out also, na?
Yeah. So I sort of felt that maybe today is the day, and then but I knew that it's going to go down to the wire. When I saw them getting to 180, firstly those last 2 overs, I think when we get to the game we'll talk about that as well. I thought that this game is going to go down to the wire and Delhi is going to win after KL Rahul, Faf got out, and then when it came down to Samir Rizvi and Ashutosh Sharma, I thought today is the day when Samir Rizvi has to prove that why a team like Chennai Super Kings invested 8 crores in him a couple of years back, and Delhi this year roped him in. He was playing, then he was dropped, and then he came back again, because at the end of the day you just had 2 options, Karun Nair and Samir Rizvi for the middle order. So you had to play him or him. Once he failed, you played him. Once the other one failed, you played the first one once again. So that is what you had to do, I thought. And plus he was playing well also, good cricketing shots, and so from Ashutosh Sharma. But then Mitchell Santner again broke all my dreams.
Yes, Mr. Ahuja. Don't start with if we had Mitch Starc. If we had Mitch Starc, we would have done that. If we had Mitch Starc is not there, your team was there today, what has happened?
What disappoints me more about the Delhi Capitals again, when you find yourself in such a crunch situation, as was the scenario last year as well, when you had to play RCB, your fate was very much again in your own hands. You lost that match and you finished, I think, 6th in the season, then just behind Chennai Super Kings on net run rate. Today again, fate in own hands. What you want to see and what disappoints me from last year, and it remains characteristic of the franchise this year as well, is and it's not good to see that as a fan, because what you want to see is a team, go out there, express themselves, show like they're a team that want that 4th spot desperately, throw everything but the kitchen sink, and play with passion, compete very well. It didn't happen a year back, and it hasn't happened today. This one, while there's been so much for Delhi to have nursed over all these years, this season's would be more painful, because if there was any team, if the bets were placed in the first few weeks of the IPL as to which team will be making it to the playoffs, then it was Delhi Capitals that seemed like the most likely team to end up there after they had that fabulous start. And when you've done so horribly from that point, that in 9 matches you've only won a couple, and one of them was a lucky point because the match got washed out. It's a botched up job, and really there need to be multiple meetings, there need to be multiple assessments, and people need to be held accountable, because that's what happens in at least teams with winning mentality. If you ask me, there is accountability and we've seen that in football more so than cricket. If a team's there at a certain level, or a franchise which comes with a certain legacy, it has a bad season. Delhi aren't that legacy franchise, I don't mean that, but when you put yourself so close to the finish line, you can't be performing. This is, in football they say, relegation form. We don't get teams relegated here, but if you were to have that system, this is elimination form for sure. And it's just that from that point, if you see from game number 5 to where Delhi are right now, Delhi would be bottom or second from the bottom, and it's just a botched up job.
Did they miss Akshar Patel and Mitch Starc together?
I think they missed Mitchell Starc's experience in the death overs specifically, but Akshar the bowler, I think could have had...
Akshar Patel the player.
Akshar Patel the player, absolutely. I think if we have to look at...
the captain, did they miss him today?
I think Akshar Patel, they did miss him.
Could Anything have been different had both AXAR and STARC played?
I think had STARC
Yes.
been here, the total that they would have been chasing wouldn't have been 180 odd, could have been 165
Yeah,
odd.
but this team is not making
Yeah.
130 also.
Yeah,
I
but-
don't think the result could have been
And
different. Let's
AXAR,
be
if
honest.
you see,
Mumbai are much more superior.
AXAR's been averaging 30-35 if I'm not wrong. If he was to again have that kind of a game with the bat, and you had a STARC as well.
Samir Rizvi wouldn't have played. Nah, then he also got 39. Same
If
thing.
we
nah.
would have played, but
Same
Madhav
thing.
Tiwari would not have.
Madhav wouldn't have played,
Yeah,
na?
Madhav would not have played. Rizvi would have. Because Rizvi you had anyways had to
See,
play.
you're clutching on to straws.
Yeah,
I think
very,
even
very
if
true.
see the fact remains, the FAF has had a terrible season. Abhishek Porel has had a terrible season. Samir Rizvi, whatever, terrible. Ashutosh, barring that one knock that he played, has not really
One
stepped up.
versus SRH.
Yeah,
See,
one and
big
a half.
embarrassment.
You know, with
Sort of.
Ashutosh, I'm reminded of one thing because his dismissal today and on another occasion, which match it was, I can't recall. They say one of the reasons why his previous franchise didn't retain him was because of cracks like this. His inability to negotiate with the spin and him getting caught in a spin web. That is something that Punjab Kings figured out, and that's why they let him go. That on spinning tracks he finds it difficult to negotiate.
No, I don't know if that was the reason or not, but with Punjab Kings, they anyways.
That's what I've heard.
With Punjab Kings, they anyways had to
But
retain.
at least today it showed that as well.
That's what I'm saying. Today,
See, they had a choice between Shashank and
see, I'm
they
not
had to
saying
pick one.
I'm not saying you lost the match because of Ashutosh, but I'm just pointing out one of the weaknesses. He's still, according to me, is one of the better batters that Delhi had this whole season. Be it at the back of just that one knock I could be talking about, but that one knock got you those two vital points, right? And in every player you're looking at 2-3 matches to be won single-handedly in the entire tournament. So he gave you that one win, and of all the batters that Delhi have had, he didn't look the worst is what I'm saying. So you can
still like 2 matches in a full season also. You expect more out of it. I mean,
Yeah.
their entire batting has been a failure. The only one who got runs was KL Rahul. But today I will ask that question. What was that shot that KL Rahul played? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was a
Understood,
nothing.
na, that you have to hit 4s and 6s.
But what you needed to hit 4s and 6s for? Today was the day where you had to play KL Rahul type of cricket. And if he had played KL Rahul type of cricket, which
the
is
outcome would have
get
been different.
which is to get
exactly,
56 runs in, whatever, 45 balls or 40 balls, 150 strike rate, and get a sure shot half century, which is what his core strength is, right? He'll get you runs between 50 to 70, be the highest run getter, had a strike rate over anywhere. I'm
130,
looking at
150.
No, he's got 170 also. So
Also,
I'll put at 150.
That's what I'm saying. Upwards of 135, 150 is usually what he
150
operates
strike
in.
rate today.
Yeah.
150 strike rate, playing the kind of cricket he does. And what is his strength of his cricket? He will not play risky strokes. That's not to say that he will not
Yeah.
hit boundaries. He will hit boundaries when it is in his zone, when he thinks the ball needs to be hit. He will hit it. The rest of the time, he's not afraid to play a few dot balls or rotate the strike. That is what he would do, and that is the role that he was given in. Today, that is the role that you needed out of him. On certain days, you need a role where he needs to go berserk, but he'll still play his template, which works for him. Today was the day where he needed to play his template, which could have helped his team win. He is playing a different template, which he needs to play on a certain other day when he's not playing. Just can't understand.
Delhi in the last 10 games has managed to win just 2 games so far, with 1 game remaining in the league stages, and one you won against
Super over.
Rajasthan Royals Super Over, that was down to what Rajasthan Royals did, and one against the Lucknow Super Giants where you restricted them in the game where Rishabh Pant got out on the very first delivery, if I'm not wrong. I'd go down, I'll go to a level and say that I don't see much difference between Delhi Capitals and Chennai Super Kings batting order, and I'll be very honest for that, and I'll tell you why. Because over there also you have one person who you can bank on, and the whole batting order is lining up on. That is Shivam Dube. Over here it's Tristan Stubbs for you. But apart from that, the whole batting order is very similar. KL Rahul, they have one opener, a short opener in the form of Ayush Matre or Ruturaj earlier. that KL Rahul has done. Apart from that, the whole batting lineup gives the exact same vibes. You're playing Karun Nair. If he's not performing, you have to play Samir Rizvi. You have switched them twice in this season so far.
Why did he not think of playing Karun Nair? Did he not get 90 plus against the same opposition
Yeah,
where he dismantled someone like a Jasprit Bumrah? I know that was the initial part of Jasprit Bumrah, but I am saying if you are going to follow any sort of tactic where you look at matchups, you look at some past performance, they would have been, two things. One, the batter goes in with some sort of confidence that against this team I've gotten runs. The bowling team is also a bit more careful because he's gotten runs. That's not to say that he's guaranteed to get runs, but at least you get your matchups and your strategy and your tactics right now. The one basic thing would have been, and also it's not that you have some outstanding batting order that how do I drop these guys? All 5 of them, have been getting me runs. I'm not Mumbai Indians that how do I drop Rickleton? Yaar, he's getting runs. How do I drop Suryakumar Yadav? Yaar, he gets runs. How do I drop a Tilak? Yeah, he gets runs. How do I drop a Hardik? He's my captain. How do I drop Rohit because he's my marquee player? It's not even that problem. Na? Here, so you can close your eyes and just run your finger. Wherever your finger lands, you can just drop him because Karun coming in cannot do any worse than that. There is a chance he can do better, considering he did better against this opposition in the one game he played. Again, I don't know what the think tank is also thinking.
And Karun Nair, I think he was in the purple patch of his career. Wherever he is going at this point of time, he's scoring runs. Red ball, white ball, IPL, everywhere he's been scoring runs. And that at times that sort of reflects. At times in your career, you are at a stage that whatever you touch just turns into gold. That is exactly how Karun Nair started. Then in the very next game, he got very unlucky. That run out happened, where he was really unlucky in that run out. Abhishek Porel and he was there. Then he played just 1 or 2 more games and then you dropped him, went back to a Samir Rizvi, and then you have been persisting with Samir Rizvi.
Then you came back to Karun when
And
you
is
asked him to
Samir Rizvi
open.
seriously a number 4 batter? I really am very shocked. I know UP League where he has really scored all those runs. He has played at number 4 over there, but Chennai used him as a finisher. He wasn't up to the best. I don't understand why. Again, I think last time Gulati sir pointed this out that Tristan Stubbs should be batting up the order. You know the conditions. You need the best batters to face the maximum deliveries. I'm going down to matchups and saying you did not play a Karun Nair, but Tristan Stubbs last year on the same ground, he showed you what he's capable of. When he took that game so close when you were chasing 270, 230
35 odd, yeah.
Something of this sort.
Prithvi Shaw got a 50 odd, yeah.
Yeah, in that game. Now you're playing him at number after Vipraj Nigam and Samir Rizvi because you want to protect your batting to till down. You do not need a Samir Rizvi or Ashutosh Sharma for the last 2 or 3 overs in a chase like this. You need somebody who can attack from up top and finish the game as soon as possible. Tristan Stubbs should have gone. See what was there to lose today. You were not ready. You should not have been in this condition where you had to fight for your playoff qualification. Now that you have reached that position, play all out. Do not go back to the defense. What this has shown to me this season, I'll be very honest, is that I understand why nobody of us had Delhi Capitals in their top 4 prediction.
You had them.
I changed later, but initially
I had
my first prediction.
No, initially, yeah.
Initially
I
you
changed
also
it,
didn't
yeah.
have them, no?
Initially meaning his is initial left.
No.
After one game,
Yeah,
if you put them, it's
Chalo,
initial.
I had them. Why most of you did not have them? The biggest reason for that was that this team did not inspire confidence. I'll go back to the same point that when that slump started, I was expecting a slump. I thought the slump will be for 4 or 5 games. This slump has lasted for 10 games. Is this serious? This clearly shows it wasn't a slump. This is the game you have been playing since the very beginning. At the beginning of the IPL, what went in favor of you? That was that the wickets were really fresh at that point. Targets were 160, 170. KL Rahul, it was in the KL Rahul radar. He was playing really well. Somehow he won you those 3 games to begin with. But then after that, as soon as the scores started to go on 200 and all the teams found their combination, Delhi Capitals was nowhere to be seen, was not even in the conversations anywhere. This is how they have really panned out. AXAR Patel's captaincy to begin with was really nice, but then suddenly I don't know what happened when the plans absolutely went haywire. He's been batting at number 4. It does not make any sense. Today, at least today, when you have panicked so much, the Delhi Capitals has been panicking from the last 3 games when you have shifted KL Rahul 10 times in the last 10 games. Abhishek Porel you have changed 10 times in the last 10 games. Both of them have been swapping places. It's either Abhishek Porel one day opening, one day it's KL Rahul. It looks like that whoever gets pat first first comes out and opens with Faf du Plessis. It genuinely looks like this because you keep on changing them like this. Apart from that, nobody has inspired confidence. Today you should have taken that risk and sent Tristan Stubbs when you already saw that your main player who could have won you this game was out, KL Rahul. After that, you should have taken that risk and sent Tristan Stubbs. You're sending Tristan Stubbs when the Mitchell Santner has really stuck to his line lengths. He knows where to bowl. He is all set. He's waiting for the batter to come out and just get him all ends up. And you exactly fell into that trap. Vipraj Nigam coming ahead of Tristan Stubbs clearly shows signs of panic.
I think it's safe to say that Delhi Capitals reacted to situations. They did not respond, and that's why out of the last, I think, 9 odd matches, they have just been able to win these just 2. Nothing much to add as far as what Shashwat had said, but whatever happened in the initial losses that Delhi Capitals had after winning 4 consecutive games, I think there was no need to change the batting order. KL Rahul should have been your permanent number 4. You should have still stuck with maybe Abhishek Porel and Karun Nair. I still remember, apart from that 89 that he got against Mumbai Indians, there was also a 30-35 odd against Gujarat Titans also. So he was also doing well. Not sure why he was left out. There was no reason to change the batting positions continuously. But one thing that Delhi Capitals would really be guilty of this season, I think if they are to look back, one, you needed to have Tristan Stubbs at number 3. I said this thing in one of our previous discussions also. Nicholas Pooran, despite all the results that LSD have achieved so far this season, he should have been their number 3, and that's what they stuck to. Nicholas Pooran batted at number 3 consistently. Same should have been the case with Tristan Stubbs. He was your best batter last season too. Once again, Ashutosh Sharma, he wasn't really used well. He also should have batted consistently more at 5 or 6. And third was to not have a more potent or a more, more than a decent backup for Mitchell Starc.
We're talking a lot about their batting, and let's move on. I really want to talk about Mumbai Indians as well, because that's the team that's won. But before we wind up, even Delhi's bowling, I think it's just in a way a perfect example to illustrate what their season has been like. It's not just their batting. Even in bowling reserves, what do they have? They keep rotating between the same bowlers, and a bowler comes back primarily not because he's very good, but because the other one is also not performing.
Lack of options.
So you've gone, you start with Mukesh, then Mukesh goes, and then you get a Natarajan, then Natarajan goes. He's hardly played. Chamira has been very average. I think.
How did Chamira come into this 11? I was never able to figure out. You had Mitchell Starc, you got rid of a batter up
how he actually came into the 11, it was because Faf du Plessis got injured.
So
you did not have an overseas batter,
so you had him. Chamira. And how is reading this wicket? Hemang Badani, we were in all praises, that Indian coach, all this, that. But who's reading the conditions? You have a Kevin Peterson, Hemang Badani. On this wicket, you're not playing Mohit Sharma. Are you for real? Mohit Sharma, you have gotten in Mukesh Kumar back because Natarajan got hit in one game. And Natarajan first did not play because apparently they were the best bowling lineup in the tournament. There was no place for Natarajan in this 11.
Then they found place, na?
And you started bowling and you bowled him in the power play then.
You bowled him with the new ball. He's never bowled. His strength is death overs. In fact,
he rediscovered his powers last year, and where were those powers best seen? At the death.
Well, in fact, today he would have been just like Mustafizur, because he's quite like that bowler. Look at Mustafizur, because your cutters and all would have worked today.
Yeah.
I would have played Natarajan ahead of Chamira also. 110,000. Mohit as well. Mohit, though, they have not played for some time. But that's what I'm saying. No,
in out.
That's what I'm saying, because he didn't get those performances. So basically what you're doing is that it's not that you have some great reserves that are coming in. It's just that
it's a rotational policy.
Rotational, because whoever is coming in is not performing. It's just overall how the team is. And how will you know anything tactical? Because you're taking holidays in the middle also of the IPL, and how will you know how to play Natarajan and which place to play Natarajan? You cannot know, na? You have to be with the team.
This calls for serious scrutiny, because it's I can't think of other teams. I can't, and this is where I think it's a lot has to do with the culture. A lot has to do with it, because
Culture is built after a strong foundation is there. There is no foundation.
So there has to be a start.
No,
That's what I'm
he's
saying.
is culture of the franchise in general.
In general, because again,
this season.
yes, you've not won at all. You are one of the 3 teams from the start that's not won a single edition. But if you want to show signs of genuine improvement and being genuine contenders, then you need to be more clinical. Then you need to have these hard talks and conversations as well. Because after such a start, where I still remember after the auction, so many experts, even at the start of this tournament, were willing to back Delhi to make it to the playoffs. I think Delhi was still going by the broadcasters the highest rated franchise after the auction. Yes,
no, because
I remember the average.
I saw a video where it was explained 9 experts picked their top 4, and out of the 9, only 1 had Delhi Capitals.
When I'm saying post auction, when teams were broken down, I remember going with the 10 experts that the broadcaster had chosen at that time. Delhi had the highest average rating. So that is the kind of expectation that you went in with the Delhi, and everyone, while you were talking top 4s and top 5s, etc., everyone was just a little iffy about Delhi, whether to place them 4 or do they just miss out. And again, it's been that kind of a season. But why I was talking about culture was because after that kind of a start, there can't be any excuse at all, and this is where a hard conversation needs to happen, because that is what top clubs, top franchises, top organizations do. They don't stand a failure like this, and I don't think there can be any room for failure like this, especially after 4 wins. This is unacceptable. There has to be it a captaincy change, be it a change of management, but there needs to be an honest conversation and a harsh one. If you need to take harsh measures, this cannot be acceptable.
No, but it is being acceptable.
It cannot be. That's what I'm saying. And this is where so if there has to be a watershed moment in this franchise, if you want to pass on a message to everyone who's representing this franchise, then you need to take these calls. It doesn't happen as often as we see in English football or elsewhere, but perhaps this is the time that you need to send across a message as well, that this is not what you are here for. Be it a Kevin Peterson, be it a Badani, be it a Munaf Patel, whosoever you want to then hold accountable for all those decision makers are.
Franchise, Harshit, because you have 3 years, 1 owner, 3 years.
That's exactly my point. But whatever.
So what
you
happens
need to
is, there needs to be a bit of a sync. No, it just can't, because I'm the different owner, I change everything. That's what happened.
Yeah.
You change the entire support staff. The entire thing gets changed. And now 3 years, you're saying watershed or whatever, they'll keep making some changes. And let's say they make some changes now and they start developing something better. By the time you develop that, those 3 years are done, you'll dismantle, you'll do it. That's the problem that Delhi has, which is very unique, which is not there in any other. It's not to say other franchises don't have multiple owners.
But you tried with Ricky Ponting for so long and it didn't work out.
Correct.
So, in fact, the team that are guilty of dismantling and then rebuilding is Punjab Kings. But they're finally able to crack the code, right, in some way.
No, we don't know. You also played a final during that time.
Yeah.
You played a final, you reached a playoff. Punjab has still not won the title. Reaching a playoff, you did too. You reached a final. That's the difference there. By the way, I want to move to Mumbai. Just a point on that Delhi, by the way, could even have a worse season. They're not necessarily finishing 5th. Yeah. They could be behind KKR. They could be behind LSG as well.
Yes.
So very well where they are, instead of 5th, they could be 7th. So, Delhi Capitals can very easily finish number 7 with both Kolkata and Lucknow finishing ahead of them. That is a reality. That will depend on them if they were to beat, but looking at their form, unlikely that they'll be able to beat Punjab. Punjab also going for the top 2. So Punjab win that. If Delhi lose that and Kolkata and Lucknow win their remaining games, they go ahead of Delhi, in which case Delhi then finishes 7th, which is then back to the point of what Shashwat was saying, that the batting has actually been like Chennai, so they'll be around. They'll be finishing also around the same kind of level.
Right.
Not anywhere.
Harshit just said it before we went on air that if you would not have won those 4 games, you would have been around Delhi, Rajasthan, KKR.
No, then you would have been last.
Yeah,
you would have been.
You would have been, because again you have Chennai and Rajasthan 2-3 wins that they have. Yeah.
Okay, let's turn our attention to Mumbai Indians and again, overall macro look, this is a team that everyone feared. It had a slow start again, and there was a reason that despite the slow start, when they started gaining momentum, you said that this is a team that's going to be dangerous. I, for one, thought that they will have a tough outing in the remaining matches. They've had a few hiccups. They lost to Gujarat, but kudos to them. They've won today. I know that the game against Punjab is not going to be as easy as the one that they had today. There could be a chance that they could even lose that particular encounter, but credit where credit is due, they've qualified. Once you qualify, this team can be very dangerous going forward. Before we break down their performances, let's take a look at the points table. Does anyone think that they can still sneak into the top 2? Is there any chance of them doing it?
I think it's going to be tough because the point with the...
So they win against Punjab.
I think they finish.
They get to
where
India.
they are.
I think it's going to be
I think
either
they finish where they are.
Lose tomorrow.
Because unlike all other teams that they are accompanied with in the playoffs,
They have 2 games.
They have all 2 games.
That's the point.
So,
All the other teams
they
have
don't. I don't
extra
think they're
game.
moving beyond this. This is where they finish. Even if they are to go ahead and beat Punjab Kings, because Punjab, in all likelihood, are winning their next match. It's against the team that is showing the worst form in the league right now. So they are in a way guaranteed of those 2 points, where GT and GT have a easy game, I think, one of the 2 easy games, I think. So they are also playing
2 easy game.
Bandush tomorrow.
Yeah, Lucknow, maybe whatever, it can be a 50-50 match, whatever.
Where
If not 50-50, maybe a 65-35.
over there at least they start.
Unlikely that, but again, Gujarat, unlikely that they lose any of the 2 games. At best, lose 1, so they go to 20. RCB also 2 matches left.
2 matches, yeah.
They should win 2, if not 2.
They're winning
they will
one,
win 1. So
yeah.
they also go ahead. You can't go past them. Punjab, again, they have 2 matches. Even if they lose 1, win 1, which Delhi though they should win. So they also go ahead. Yeah. I mean, even if Punjab lose both, Mumbai still moved to 3rd, so it doesn't matter. 3rd or 4th is the same thing. So yeah, I think that's pretty much established that while Mumbai have done really well to qualify, and they could still finish with 18 points.
There's still 3 wins.
They are still going to be playing in that eliminator 1. Whatever come what may, I think that you can say with almost 100% certainty. Barring a miracle, they are playing eliminator 1. So they're not moving anything beyond that.
At match, they'll finish 3rd. At match.
There was a phase during the tournament,
Which is the same thing.
where we thought that maybe 18 points would also not be enough to qualify. But like I thought so, and now also that we are seeing 16 points can actually make you qualify. Even if Mumbai lose their last game, at 16 also they are going. So one team more or less does eventually go at 16. 17 I think would have been a sure shot. So for Delhi Capitals it was never going to be that difficult. For Mumbai Indians, they had to win 7 out of the last 9 games. And that 9 games are still going on with 1 remaining, and before that only they have qualified. And Mumbai Indians, why they are able to do it year after year? Because it's the same people who have done it previously, and right now I don't think they'll be satisfied. If they win or don't win, will they be the favourites in the playoff? That will be a very different thing. But now they will believe even more that they can go on and win it, because they've done it so many times, and they've done it with these same people. How many people would have changed? Just Will Jacks, Ryan Rickelton in that 11, I think, who would not have been part when last time they would have done something like this. Rohit Sharma, Suryakumar Yadav, Tilak Verma to an extent, Hardik Pandya, Jasprit, Bumrah, all these people. Why
Bolt has won an IPL with
Trent
Mumbai.
Bolt, I'm saying he's not been that in that core group to an extent, but all these 4-5
basic
people,
all their retentions,
that's
basically
50%
all their
of their
side.
retentions. They have done it so many times that it's like muscle memory. I don't think that till the time they sort of they don't really warm up till the time a situation like this comes, and they have done it once again. It's not even a surprise. The day they started winning 1-2 games, we started to get the feeling that they'll go and qualify.
But it coincides with the return of a Jasprit Bumrah as well.
But Harshit sir, the
Things
battles
changed
coming in form
completely
as
with
well.
the. I know the batters are also not showing enough promise at the start, but with the Jasprit Bumrah, if you've got. Fortunes change. Fortunes change when you have a Jasprit.
What I'm saying is, like a game like today, where the batting order did reasonably well. Without a Bumrah, who knows what happens? So he will ensure, that's why I said, the cheat code that he is, once again, I think he's picked up 3 wickets if I'm not mistaken. So again, crucial wickets at that. Those 3 wickets don't come. It's a different game. So with him, I know the complexion of that team changes. But let's spend some time talking about the 2 star performers. Let's start with Suryakumar Yadav. What a season he's having. Very crucial this season was, because there were a few question marks with him being the T20I captain and having a dip in form. But what he's proven this time is that not only is he a 360-degree player, but the two questions that you had over him and that people would still ask is, one, he can only just be an attacking player today. I think today's knock is fantastic. Just as a web of Suryavanshi showed you yesterday, that he can play in a different gear. Today, Sky playing a completely different gear, understood the condition. That's why he came in the mid-innings at 160, because he was going for that. He knew if they get 160, they win, and took that responsibility today that I'll play like that. So that's one thing that is proven that his detractors would question. And second thing, that yes, he plays some outstanding innings, but the consistency goes missing. Then one knock will happen and then you have to endure a few failures and then another knock. What he's shown this IPL is outstanding in terms of consistency. I think he's made a record of
25 or more in the 13 innings that he has played this IPL.
Wow.
No, but overall as well, I think he's gone past Temba Bavuma, who held the record for scoring the most 25 plus totals in T20s cricket, in T20 cricket. He's gone past a Temba Bavuma, I think.
But me and Harshit Service is discussing before that as well, that Delhi Capitals really, choked the run flow for Mumbai Indians when Suryakumar Yadav and Tilak Verma were there. But for me personally, it wasn't that shocking. The only reason, what I mentioned to you as well, that when a player like Suryakumar Yadav is standing there, you know that he's done that calculation until if he's playing that runner ball sort of a knock, he's not going to finish with runner ball. You know that he's going to finish with a strike rate in excess of 150, 160, and that's exactly what he did today as well. He knew 160 was the total that he said that this is a par total. He got to that and he had overs to spare. He just launched onto a Chamira, Mukesh Kumar, and it's true. And he had to.
Again, credit to
them all over the park.
There was some poor bowling.
Taking
nothing away from Sky.
The only little difference of opinion that I have is
that bowling
he's a fabulous player. The tournament began with us having a little question mark or two, over his form, because
personally I never had doubt over Sky.
Because
he's still one of the best.
in T20 international cricket as well, we've seen a little bit of a dip of form, and the tournament didn't begin on the right note for him. But across conditions, so what we saw from Suryakumar Yadav last year was that most of those runs were coming at the 1K day. This year, though, I was looking at his breakup, it's pretty even. It's not like he's gotten all those runs just at the 1K day. He has scored a couple of 50s away from the 1K day stadium as well. So he's evolved that way, and in case there was that little criticism, if it was that he scores runs only at the 1K day, that also is not true if you just break down his inning, his overall tally innings by innings this year. So it's good from an Indian team perspective to see your captain go ahead and be in that rich vein of form that you relate him to be in, because he's arguably the best T20 player, and today we saw that. But the difference of opinion that I was saying, Shashwat, was that while that one shot, I think I really like that, a loosener to say the least, but a full toss it was to drag it from the offside to play it over deep mid wicket. You give credit to the batter when you play extraordinary shots, but today he was aided with some very and
then Suryakumar Yadav, no chance that he's letting go of loose balls in the last overs. But to be very honest, I know that we're going back to Delhi Capitals, but Chamira and Mukesh Kumar aren't death bowlers.
I'm done, right.
You had Natarajan and STARC to do that. Natarajan you didn't use.
See the mid innings.
Mid
innings show. He had many amazing things to say about
Chamira.
The last two
Mukesh.
overs. Both.
But again, nothing much to choose between.
I think
in that RCB game also, death overs, you were not able to pick. Krunal Pandey, are you serious? You got hit for 74 runs. No, but very honestly, nothing. I'm not taking anything away from Krunal Pandya.
You again but that match as well.
Krunal Pandya. With a bowling lineup which had STARC, Kuldeep,
you had their 3 wickets
AXAR,
inside the power play,
and you lost that game. I mean, come on.
No, but I think coming back to Mumbai here, 2 players I think who have been very key to their brilliant resurgence, not just Jasprit Bumrah, it has to be Suryakumar Yadav, because initially, we were all talking about the fact that how Rohit Sharma has gotten back into form, Tilak Verma is playing those cameos, Naman Dhir is turning out to be a good finisher, finally Bumrah is there, he is providing that impetus into the attack that it lacked for the first 4 games. For Suryakumar, he has bailed this team not once, not twice, but multiple times in this IPL, and that's why Mumbai are in that consistent run wherein they have won obviously more matches than they have lost. So I think even that game against Gujarat Titans, it could have gone, either way. But Mumbai would definitely be the team to beat. As
What
far
are your
as
thoughts
playoffs
on
are
Namandir? I think
Yeah, I
he's
was getting to that only.
Underrated.
Namandir is
very underrated, but
flying
outstanding
under
this
the
season.
radar. Yeah, this,
I was getting
and I
to him
still don't
only.
think he's batting at the right position. He's
Yeah,
still
top order.
he's
No,
somehow
he's
been
top order.
exactly
4-3-4.
exactly he's somehow been accommodated in this side, and even then, so initially there were those hiccups trying to figure things out for the Mumbai Indians.
But Namandir
But
then also
even
was
then,
scoring.
wherein he feels like a bit of a misfit where he's batting right now. Look, I think he ended with a strike rate of 300 today, and overall it'll be interesting to see what his numbers look like at the moment.
He actually
He's
started.
turn-
He
he's
started that also.
Yes, and
Yeah,
he's
David, I won't be
turning out to
surprised.
be a finisher for the franchise. So top order batter has become this finisher over the last 8-10 matches. I think this is the stuff of Mumbai
In
Indians.
this star
It's only them that can come up with
talk
these.
about Namandir. But last year I remember Venkatesh Iyer say one thing about Ramandeep, that Ramandeep in that batting lineup where everybody was scoring runs, there was a Ramandeep who used to come down the order and give just 20, 15, 20, 25 runs, and those were really, really crucial. I think Namandir is doing exactly that for Mumbai Indians this season. In the star-studding batting lineup, he always goes unnoticed. But since the first game till today, he's on a consistent basis done this finishing job for the Mumbai Indians. He's really highly rated in the Punjab circuits as well, as far as Sher-e Punjab and all of this is concerned. SMAT also. Over there he bats at 3, 4 at max if I'm not wrong. Here he's batting really lower down the order, and he's exactly doing that. And clean hitting, no unorthodox shots. He believes in himself. His base is, while hitting the ball, his base is so strong, he's not moving too much like Rahul Tripathi, like this or this. Nothing, he's doing nothing. He stands still and just
Strong core.
hits, stands and delivers.
Also,
Clean.
he will get a chance to bat higher up in the playoffs. I expect him to take the place of Will Jacks. Because he is not going to be there.
Robin Mins, where will he play? Robin Mins will
Not sure whether he's going to play or
Bairstow.
not. Yeah, Bairstow is going to open with Rohit Sharma more than likely. Namandir at number 3 or number 4, depending upon where Suryakumar Yadav wants to bat.
I
Suryakumar
think
can push
everybody will
himself
just
in
come
number 3.
one number ahead.
No, there are
Surya,
two
Teja,
short
Hardik.
changes.
I think
No, Jacks and
Namandir should be
Rickleton both.
fine.
Yeah. That's
I think they'll push
1-1-1.
Tilak
Yeah,
at 3.
everybody will
That's
come at
also
1, 2,
possible,
3.
yeah. That's also
You'll
possible.
have Bairstow open in place of Rickleton, and then Surya at 3, Tilak at 4, Hardik at 5, and then you can have Namandir at 6. On the bench they have Namandir.
Okay, you have the memes. Okay, let's go with Shivam Giri. Our producer always comes up with these amazing memes, which we call
Even
as a
makes-
segment called Shivam Giri. I hope they are all censored and vegetarian by non-vegetarian.
Veg biryani.
Is Delhi even that relevant that people are taking out time and making memes about?
They could be Mumbai also. See
Yeah.
the memes, na?
No,
Listen-
memes are generally on.
No, for winners also you can make. This, for example, it's not a meme, but it's a nice little creative that they've come up with of men in suits, all looking dapper, and Rohit Sharma, Hardik Pandya, Jasprit, Bumrah. So this is from that series, no? Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders,
Yeah, I
yes.
think it could be, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that one.
Could be, all looking like cowboys. Yes, please, move on.
Oh, there's a bit of a glitch I think we're facing right now, which is why I think we've not been able to project this image as well for you guys that we've been talking over. But yeah, we've hopefully given a good description of what we've been able to see on our screen here. We'll take some of your comments till the time we figure this glitch out, and yeah, let's start with the first one. Haha lol, okay, says just imagine IPL suddenly announces that finals would be
Is
between
that a name or is that an instruction that we have to follow? Like, we have to do that. We have to do it and then we've done it now.
Yeah, we've done it. So, haha lol says that just imagine IPL suddenly announces that finals will take place between 6th place KKR versus 7th place LSG. How low that would be? Predictions of the battle of mid to night. Predictions
There's
for
a football
battle.
match at night,
Yeah, I
you
think he's
said,
talking
yeah.
about that one.
No, but why will they just suddenly announce KKR and
6th versus
LSG?
7th.
What is this?
No,
That's like
No wonder your name is ha ha ha
Delhi should
LOL.
also be there in that.
No, but okay, quick prediction that he wants you to make tonight.
I think
Wrong person to make predictions.
You know what? United are winning tonight. Yeah, because
It's like
they are.
Like what else are you supposed to say?
I was looking at predictions otherwise being made by some experts as
Acha, what are experts saying?
United winning.
Okay. Okay, Antaryami. We got some strange names coming
today, yeah.
today. Okay, Antaryami is saying Shashwat, RCB qualified, DC eliminated. Remember your views on RCB?
Yeah, and I'm really sorry to all the RCB fans for whatever I said. I think I was terribly wrong, and in my judgment was clouded by the fanboy inside me. But I'll remember from next season that all of this was just a fluke, and it was just a dream. And it
Fluke, you're saying RCB qualifying?
Delhi.
Delhi.
Achha.
Delhi
Oh,
winning was-
exactly.
sorry, no.
Somebody will say that this is just a fluke.
No.
RCB.
Not RCB. Not RCB.
Pawan must be the most
Oh,
happiest.
today! Do you have messages from him and calls perhaps?
I'm after him to send it to me.
He
saying,
had placed a bet with our producer Pawan,
Bets
who's
and
not
me.
here, that he has a habit of losing most bets. For those of you watching us regularly, so he had placed a bet that Delhi will finish ahead of RCB at the end of the league stage, which he has lost, and the bet was a pair of shoes. So he will pick, Pawan will pick, and you have to.
I've been telling him since so many
He'll
days.
pick.
Yeah.
Okay, he's lost the bet. Good. Mr. Mutton Biryani says, thank you, DC, for starting our revival. That ball from Santner to Karun turned around MI's season. 7 wins and only 1 loss in the last 8. That to last ball. That's true.
Yeah.
Let's go. So Mutton Biryani is
That
happy.
ball really, that I remember that ball.
That match was also
Today
good.
also Santner.
Yeah, typical
Running
orthodox
it square.
test match spinner, equally effective in
He's a
white
very
ball.
good white
Yeah,
ball.
that's what I'm saying. Equally effective in white
Wasn't
ball.
he captaining New Zealand in white ball?
Yeah,
He is
was.
New Zealand's white ball captain.
And
both
not the-
ODI and T20s.
Excellent. He's shown that you don't need to be this, that, different actions, nothing. You are equally good. If you're good in red ball cricket, you'll be equally good in white ball cricket.
Keep it
Any
simple.
T10, 5, 1, 6, 10, anything. And he's shown it again.
Okay.
Sarthak Haria has a comment, and it's an interesting one. Serious concern for next T20 World Cup is a wicketkeeper batter. Sanju's weakness was exploited by England, the short ball weakness. Pant just had his worst season. KL not the same as he is in one-day format. Even if he scores, the team loses. Prab needs to be groomed.
So you have a year to groom him? What's the problem?
T20 World Cup is going to take
Dhruv
place
Jurel,
in
yeah?
February.
Jurel's
March.
also
So
good.
Jurel,
In terms of runs, he's got.
No, but can you really trust in Dhruv Jurel, the finisher? See, he's still, coming into his very own in the T20 format. I'm not sure whether India would want to trust him as the backup wicketkeeper batter. Sanju is a sure shot. He has to play. He will more than likely be our opener or a number 3.
that Sanju
But I think as a backup, if there's anyone I currently see making it to India's T20 squad, it has to be KL Rahul.
No, but why it has to be KL Rahul?
Who do you pick then?
No,
Jitesh?
you have to groom. Jitesh also be.
No, I'm fine with Jitesh. I'm just saying what will
I have
happen.
no problem with
My
Prabhu.
personal
Jitesh
choice
may
is
not go
Jitesh.
back.
Yeah.
I have my doubts about KL as
You're
well.
not
I might like the guy personally, but I think where in the Indian team is coming from and what they have in mind, I doubt if they're
No,
going
not
back.
for-
But
the template.
that's the point he's saying. There is nobody who's an ideal candidate. Not even Prab Simran. Prab Simran, remember, has been there 3-4 seasons, flattered to deceive. One season he has good, then by that logic, every season then you pick a different
But
team.
so you don't have any other option. That's the
That's
only
what I'm
problem.
trying to say. So even that's what I'm saying. I'm including this option also. And all of those options is not a great sign. What is his point?
Yeah,
is.
but if you have to, because you have to, who would it be for you?
No, I don't have to. I'll pick a Dhruv Jurel. I think he's still shown form with a bat. He's not been able to.
Not Prapsim's having a season of 500 runs. Close to
But
that.
every one season I can't. Now I have to go with a player that continuously has been playing for some season. Nahi to then every season make IPL the audition. It cannot be like that. It cannot be like that. If I have had faith in one player, I have to stick with them in multiple formats. You're taking him for an India A tour as well. You stick with him. At least that's what I would do. And he's gotten runs in this IPL. The issue has been you've not finished it. I think those are minor things that could have been tweaked. So you take a KL because he's been in the scheme of things, or a Jurel, whatever you think is right to do it. But as I said, I agree. There is no right option. All of them at the moment does not inspire confidence. And I'm including a Prab because I'm not 100% sure that I will get the goods from him as well. So that includes a KL, a Prab Simran, a Pant, a Jurel, everyone. It's not an ideal scenario to be in, but I'm sorry, that's the place that you are in. Pick anyone you want. You are opening yourself to failures, is what I'm saying.
In the ideal situation, even I'd want to go with Dhruv Jurel. But the only thing what I see over here is that could there be an indication with Prab Simran now starting to keep that maybe it's been communicated to him that you need to keep.
No, nothing, no communication. There is no communication that happens in the IPL. Please let me be honest. KL Rahul starts keeping sometimes he keeps. There is no communication. Sanju was keeping it sometimes. He's not kept on different occasions previously as well. There's no communication, nothing. Players decide from themselves. Wherever they see the wind is blowing, they try to conform to that. I don't think anybody tells them anything.
Sridhar Savaikar has a comment that Shashwat said RCB should be scared of all other oppositions and gave a calculation of how they'll only have 6 wins in total. By any chance, were you referring
I think
to
how
them
was
as
it there?
DC?
No. Yeah.
You could have no red jerseys both.
No. I remember me and you had a discussion over that how they have these many match winners and they'll win these many games and we calculated into 6 wins. So yeah. They've already won 8 if I'm not 8, right? 7 or 8.
Yeah. 1 draw.
Sir, Idris from the UAE says RCB's matches are 4 easy points for DC. RCB should generally be scared. Haven't aged well. Shashwat, your comments?
Yeah.
Good to see the humility now, which is nice. Good, that's fine. As long as he accepts it.
What else? What other option do I have?
Good point.
Accepting.
There is an option.
You can be GTU, which
That was the option. GTU.
That option. They got lucky this time. If that match had not happened like this and this and that.
My team has lost 10 games. How can
I think this is a season I'm going to remember because I've seen some epic things happen in this room. I've seen somebody rate a team 2 and be confident that they'll finish in the playoff. They do actually finish in the playoff.
There's just one prediction that I've stuck to till now. That is about the winner.
PBKs.
Vishal Panchal from the US. This isn't the first year for DC's support staff. It's a big issue, the way the owner manages his franchise. Need to work together. This way, they may never win. I agree. I mean, they have to find a way of working where there doesn't have to be an overhaul every 3 years, is my point. I know it didn't happen previously. Overall, it did not because Ricky was there, but the rest of the staff would change. I don't know how that works. So,
Miraj Rules has a comment that is it safe to say this is the most boring IPL season ever? Except 2 or 3 thrilling games, there's hardly anything. In fact, top 4 is already confirmed. Still 1 week to go. Lowest hype around.
I remember last year
do you think the most boring? I will say yes. My vote goes to this season.
+1.
I can't think of any
+2.
other season.
Yeah, even I can't think of any other season.
Perhaps.
Last season, maybe.
No, last season was fun.
Last season we had this proper week, I remember.
There was some high scoring encounters.
Yeah.
There were this, teams playing some top level cricket as well. So,
Yeah.
I think
This season, maybe all is left for the playoffs. Might be the best playoffs ever.
actually maybe we were speaking a bit too early. Who
Yeah.
knows? Playoffs are like the best ever.
Could be possible.
Yeah, because the week ahead doesn't sound exciting at all now.
No.
Perhaps the week after.
There is context in every game. If you love cricket, there will be context. We are looking at the Indian team also this weekend. The team will also be announced.
That too is a different thing altogether, bro.
But everything you see here is
Yeah,
related to Indian cricket or top 2. That's a fight.
top 2 is a fight.
There will be context every day. Don't worry.
Top 2 also I feel.
Cricket is a drug. Digvay starting.
Up to new cycle will begin
now.
He's banned.
He's banned.
So LSG still have 2 more matches now.
So at least one match. So though that
14
match will be exciting.
At least in one match he'll not be able to sign checks. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the point.
Last game he can do it. Next year then.
We'll see. Ashish Dhar says Shreyas's Magic almost won the title for DC. Get him back.
No, not
No,
happening.
he'll only
You
be.
had to get him back this season. I don't know
Yeah,
why
it
didn't you
should
get
have
him back.
happened.
There was a credit war which he was in, na.
No, that was
That was
previous
KKR,
franchise.
nah.
That's what, na, because
He's saying DC.
So you could only have gotten him back in the auction, and had he won that credit war, maybe then you would have gotten him, but he seemingly
He
didn't.
lost that.
Ah.
That's why. Pranit Datta says DC cannot have KL and FAF in the same side. You can, but
Actually, you can, but Faf
You
has.
cannot blame Kelly. He's not the reason. At least he's won you 3 games, because at that time when the scores were in his radar, at least he was the one who could easily
And I
win those
told you,
games.
see, this is what you get with
But
KL
he would
Rahul.
not have won those 4
See,
games.
isn't he your season's ended? Isn't he one of your lone or one of the couple of bright spots that you have this season? This is why I was okay with
There's
him.
nobody in that
No, you
team.
need
Then to KL will be
Shashwat,
now.
you cannot assemble an SRH side every now and then because of the downside that it comes with, and because every franchise will always need players like
But I'm
KL
saying you
Rahul.
went with KL Rahul, you saved at least 10 crore rupees by getting KL Rahul. At least because you saw what rate
Yeah,
Rishabh
yeah.
Pant and they went at what versus what KL went at. What did you utilize? How did you utilize those 10 crore? No, it's so again it just boils down to the same thing. You have this season you have KL Rahul, last year you had Rishabh Pant, before that you had Sanju Samson. Every year one player has been there, and there are so many 11 players play in the Indian team. One to DC will have.
okay. Mehraj Rule from Canada says, MI proof they don't need Jitendra Bhataudekar. This from those of you who don't know. Rings a bell? No? Arey, it's in the act. When Amir Khan is making the team, he says, this time I'll buy Jitendra Bhata. He's like, hey, ye kaun hai?
Domestic.
हाँ, domestic का player. Rohit Sharma says that, na?
That app, yaar. That app that they
Even
have.
his car away.
Oh, he's given his
Yeah.
that Lamborghini Urus.
Number RS.
Ah.
You didn't see the reel I sent it on the group?
Yeah, yes.
I missed it.
Arey,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
has
I
given
sent
that
those
0264 is
Yes.
blue.
Same number.
blue. Gone.
With the number.
And he's with the number, and he asked him that who
Look
did you
after
make
my
the,
car.
no first year that who did you make the captain. Then he said Sunil Narayan. Then he said to usi ko de dete jaake. He
That I
had-
didn't hear.
Yeah,
I saw
watched the
somewhere
whole
else.
So
video.
new toys coming now for him.
So
Anytime.
that is a gift
And he
now.
said कि ध्यान रखना गाड़ी का अच्छे से मेरी. They won't keep it, of course. Will they or will they?
Up to them, yes, their car, whatever they want to do. They want to make it a
RS
showpiece. They can. They want to drive. They can. They want to transport cattle or milk cartons. They can. They want to go for a drive. They can. They want to sell it. They can. It's their car.
Anything.
Do whatever you want to do.
You can do all of this on that app. You all stop making your team.
No, I make
Oh,
when
you
I
still-
under the different in the sponsor.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Sponsor, when I sit on a different platform, they are sponsor. So I make it on the sponsors platform.
That
है ना?
Ashish Thar.
Is right. I make it on that. So there's not one app only. There's so many different ones. I can it.
Generally, you used to also play fantasy game. That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Ashish
But
Thar
I
has a
only play like
comment.
10, 20, 20, 10,
of
20,
course.
10.
No, but
20,
this
I don't-
contest also was something 10, 20. Mega
that's
contest.
I don't want to spend more
But
money.
the day you win, it will be grand.
Yeah, I've never.
Shashwat, the only platform he needs is India Today. He'll come, find 2 people, get it to a random conversation, and end up coming out with a bet.
Ashish Dhar says DC story. CNF ticket becomes regret in IRCTC.
We
This
wish we
would
had
have-
Siddharth.
Yeah. CNF is
A confirmed ticket.
confirmed ticket becomes regret. That's true. At one point it looked like confirmed. You had a confirmed. Later you thought on the day of my journey I'll get a seat. They said regret.
This was where I was sitting. This was where Gulati sir was sitting. He said that no, not right now. I'm not going to change my prediction right now and get Delhi. I said, Gulati sir, they need to win just 4 out of the next 10 games. How can you not have them? Gulati sir,
And
you
then
were
I
right.
had them.
Mehraj comes with a pun. He says, come on. Fafdu can only work in Gujarat. Title. Fafdu Plessy Fafru.
I'm just not.
Come on. Give him
yeah.
credit for a good.
I'm a hurt fan. I can't be so amused right now.
Good one. Do you have your segment or not, Shivam? Yeah. So let's go. Okay.
On that,
That's our final segment for the night. It is called a meme segment, also known as Shivam Giri, produced by our producer Shivam Giri. So yes, we've seen this. Shivam, move ahead. Your Peaky Blinder Mumbai team.
They weren't able to see it.
Okay, other teams when MI qualifies in odd year. Oh, Shubman, Virat, and
Shreyas.
But why don't you have Patidar's photo there? Shivam, 3 captains, no, yaar. What are you doing, yaar?
And Shreyas looks more like Hetmeyer.
or a Shreyas
No,
that's
because
already
they've-
sweating.
They've used the same image for everyone,
Yeah.
I think, and AI, so they've tried to. That is true. Odd year it is. How DC started IPL versus how they ended.
That's
Raja and
Jodha Akbar versus
Jodha Akbar.
Super 30.
Acha.
Aksar Patel.
Got it. Ritik's, yeah. Jodha Akbar and Super 30, yes. Nice one. The pitch is dead. Suryakumar Yadav and Namadhir. हमें फर्क नहीं पड़ता. What is that supposed to mean? Acha, this is that viral young Babaji.
Oh, it's that chap.
फर्क नहीं पड़ता. He talks like that. Nah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, got that. CSK on points table. हम आएंगे सबसे अंतिम में जाएंगे. This is from that Panchayat.
No.
Yeah, Panchayat.
It's from Panchayat,
I
yeah.
know this is from Panchayat. This is when they go to the
Protest.
Vidhayak ke ghar they go, and then they send, you go and do this protest for us.
Yeah.
So they go and get arrested there. हम आएंगे सबसे अंतिम में आएंगे. That's true. If winning at the auction was an IPL trophy, yeah, that's true. The GMR owners at the auction, they are very smart. But that does not always translate into winning the title. Okay. When employees work overtime without asking for extra salary. What is this supposed to mean? They all ask for good salary, yeah, they get paid. What is this meme? That's trending. This is trending. Okay. So Mumbai Indians is from Hera Fairy. Kyare Mandli, as Paresh Rawal says in Hera Fairy, is basically coming and joining the party.
Yeah.
Ki what is happening? I am also coming. Titans, RCB, Kings, you are there. I am here.
Arey yaar.
That's mean.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Rohit Sharma, Bete, test knock. What does that mean? Acha, because he's retired.
Yeah.
No, that's mean. Today they won. Yaar, it was a tough pitch to bat on. Yaar. Newton's fourth law.
even
KL
more
Rahul
mean.
under pressure is Cho. Newton was a visionary. Yeah. I mean, see, the fact is that he did play a bad shot today. Today he
Yes.
needed to step up here. But to call him a choker, I think is
He should have been the one who should have taken the team over the
correct.
line.
Bad shot. So uncharacteristic of a KL
KL
Rahul.
Rahul.
What is this? Acha, your favorite topic. Chamira and Mukesh, who gave away 102 runs in 8 overs. Actually, they bowled the first 3 overs pretty decently. It was the last over, both of them.
Last 2 overs,
दो
48
भाई दोनों
runs.
तबाही. 2 hackers in one team. Yeah, that is true.
Jasprit,
2 hacks.
Bumrah, that doesn't have an off day. At
Yeah,
all,
man.
any format, anywhere, it's no off day.
No, Shiva, I'm taking Saturdays off. This Saturday, maybe the team announcement might. No, Sunday, I think. Self-explanatory.
Ha lol.
Done? Okay, thank you very much, Shivam, for this segment. And thank you very much as well for everyone who joined us this evening. Tomorrow is another day. We'll be back on Sports Today. Look forward to your company. Any passing thoughts? It can be about Delhi also if you want to say. Anything.
MI playing the final.
Okay.
I already have my 2 finalists as PBKS and MI, so yeah.
Okay.
Delhi fans someday.
Where fans? Which fans? Where are they?
Siddharth I know follow. The other
One
people
and
as
two.
well.
Yeah, Siddharth, one guy I know, yeah.
Yeah, many.
And two.
Hope, yeah, hope. It's a strong word. Small one,
18
but
years. I've become an adult. I started working.
Team is saying. I feel for you. Okay, guys, you guys have a good night. Take care. Look after yourself. We will see you tomorrow. Dugout, 5:30 as always. Bye bye. Good night. Nandri, Vanakkam, Shubhratri, Shabba Khair.
Eat your vegetables and don't trouble your mothers.
It's a lot of pain he has to